Welcome to one of my Runeterra highlight videos. I highlight a different deck almost every single day of the week. If you enjoy the content, remember to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and leave a comment down below. Enjoy. Alright, let's dive on into a deck tech, huh? Frel, Nox, Overwhelm. We've played some Targon Overwhelm on stream before. And this build has some similar ideas, only instead of Targon cards, it's got some Freljord cards in it. Freljord cards notably give us this wonderful 2-drop here in Ruthless Raider, which has Overwhelm and Tough. So this card lines up very well into the various go-hard decks in the format. They tend to be playing Vile Feast. There's a lot of deal ones in general. We've got Troll Chant here, which is a very premium combat trick in general. We've got some Wolf Riders, which I think is a wonderful card in an aggro deck. Wolf Rider is a card that is actually pretty fantastic in that this is a card that really wants to actually be attacking on evens as opposed to odds. So if you're attacking on evens, you can play this on turn 4, which lets you play either Alpha Claw, Alpha Wild Claw, or Darius on 5. And then at the very top end of our curve, we've got some Yetis, which can be cheaper, so not necessarily top end, but then also Battle Fury as well as Captain Pharaoh to really punch through. I think the 3 actual factual copies of Battle Fury, these seem ambitious. I'm interested to see how this list feels and if this feels like a real Runeterra card that we want to play 3 of. This definitely seems like a really good tool for being able to open attacks on, so you can like open and still basically add 8 attack to the board that turn. So let's go ahead and dive on into some games with this and see how it goes. Yes, Shadow Isles. Shadow Isles has Atrocity in it. This hand's great. I'm going to mulligan the Battle Fury looking for an extra threat to start, but we're attacking on evens, and we have the Wolf Rider here, which is stellar. Sean, thanks for the follow. I think you might have said that one already. Whatever. Thanks again. I mean, to be fair, most of the cards River Shaper draws in those decks also enable it. Yeah, Violet Journey, with the draws that don't involve River Shaper in that archetype tend to be very, very mediocre in my experience. I think I'm just passing here. I don't think I really want to run headlong into this. Sure.
Breathe out.
Yeah, that's probably fair, Precipic. Although I guess I could have done this to have the axe to attack into here. If they have 2 spells to play here, we're going to be in trouble. They do not. Okay. So I get to go ahead and open here. And I think without a block, we just smash in like this. And then this plunder triggers, so now I get to go double 3-drop on their turn into Battle Fury on our next turn on the open attacks. Is worth noting the opponent is a Vengeance deck. Morning, Kubas. Yeah, this deck, like many of the decks that we play here, is a viewer submission. Shout out to Precipic in chat for submitting this one.
Your attack is obvious.
And then, do you Battle Fury to keep this alive then? Is that the play? Or do I put it on this one that's going to have more toughness? Let's probably keep this alive, right? They don't have a ton of damage-based removal. They're all 4/3s, press a pick. Okay, I think I want to keep... It's the same amount of damage regardless of which one I do. It's just a question of would I rather have would I rather have the stats on this one that's gonna get damage marked on it or not?
What's that noise?
What's that noise?
We'll bring peace to Ionia, whatever the cost.
For those of you taking notes at home, hoping to play this deck yourself, you'll note I am skillfully opening with Ancient Yeti in most of my hands. It's very important. Do you mulligan the Legion Saboteurs against the Go Hard deck, press a pick? I feel like I do, right? Do I mulligan one of them? Do I keep one for the turn one? I don't think I keep both, right? I'm gonna mulligan one. I think there was potentially merit to mulligan one in the dark anyways. I think Go Hard puts it over the top.
No one's
I think I can answer that, Lampton. I think Battle Fury and Decisive Maneuver fill a similar role. So I don't know that you really can afford to play like both of them necessarily.
I've whipped up something special.
No, 2-drop here feels really bad. Maybe I should have kept the other one. I don't know. We got Dubs Yeti here though.
Time for the main event.
Suppose you want in on this.
I suppose I should leave you clean. If I kill you, I don't fortune.
So, is it crazy to just play Wolf Rider pre-combat here? You want to play Yeti hit Keg? I kind of, so like, the Yeti's not that much more damage, and I get more tempo value out of these later by waiting on them. And like, I'm unlikely to do this. I think I just Wolf because of the tempo that these are going to generate later by being cheaper. This card is a really interesting dynamic where like the longer you wait on it, the more tempo it generates in the late game. This is a free keg cook because if they blow the keg up before damage here, this overwhelms anyways.
Clear off.
Yes, yeah, the cheaper this card is, the harder it is to play around is definitely true as well. I think this deck, or if you're just looking to play good decks and you're not playing Draven Ezreal, I think both this deck and
Hey, buddy, what you doing?
I kind of like blocking here and Troll Chanting. Is that too aggressive? Actually, I could block here and Troll Chant. You want me to block both in Troll Chant? I could definitely do that. Yeah, I think that's the play, and I keep Draven healthier. Would I rather Draven be healthier or this? Yeah, I think I want the Draven to be healthier.
You hoping they'll die of boredom?
Stop heckling me, Draven. Morning, Manic. And again, I think I'm going to keep waiting on these Yetis. How our next turn plays out is going to be largely dictated by if they open with Ruination mana up. Yeah, exactly. So if they bank this mana here, I probably just have to open attacks. But they're not banking that mana, so I get to play. I get to play this bad Mamma Jamma. So remember, Ruination costs 9. Being aware of that when I'm playing around it is important when possible. Huh. So, with the Brothers Bond, I think we double Yeti. Because I can Brothers Bond plus double Yeti here.
Like a fish in water.
Yeah, we're like putting 14 power into play this turn, basically, right? For 7 mana? Got it. And I think I start with a proactive axe here to force them to block. Because I don't want them to say okay and go to 1 here. So this forces them to block. Because remember, if I put everything up and they just click okay, they can pass the round.
You can't do this.
You can't do this. We're 1 point short. Do I do this still? I think I just do this still, right? Just put them as low as possible. That's 2 mana decimate. Yeah, that's a really good way to think about it. It's two mana decimate plus, basically.
Is smiling.
I think I have to block here. We are playing 3 actual factual copies of Battle Fury. That is an interesting one. Darius is lethal through more blockers post Ruination there. Tags don't matter, J-Ray. I tagged things for a long time and it didn't do anything.
I have my
Chill dude, thanks for the follow. Welcome to the channel. Yeah, I mean, all exposure is a good thing, Grinder Mouse. I'm not complaining, I'm mostly just commenting on the fact people are asking why I don't do more dedicated YouTube content, and the answer is my YouTube channel has proven impossible to grow over the 5 or 6 years that I've done content here. Like, as a good metric in just 2019, my Twitch channel gained more followers than my YouTube channel currently has subscribers. And my YouTube channel's existed for almost a decade.
This land is ours.
Yeah, Prince. It's basically, how it works is, like, you hit, the algorithm decides it likes your video, it recommends it, and then it recommends the rest of them, because, like, once your first video gets clicks, it starts recommending your other ones more, and it snowballs it. And over the time that I've been throwing stuff on there, I've never hit any of those snowball type moments there.
I will unite the Freljord.
You die here, Queen Ash. The Winter's Claw.
No backing down.
We have a troll chant here. How is that thought applicable, Juvu? So, like, what is your just a thought there? How is it actionable or reasonable or helpful?
Sharpen the blades, secure the kill.
Not at all, Marth. In fact, that's what we were talking about. My highlight videos on YouTube tend to do worse than my actual just full stream segments do. Now, my understanding is that if your game that you're playing is tagged in the appropriate game category and your title is descriptive, the tags are redundant and not relevant. I mean, I don't plan to stop doing the highlight videos because I've got a system down for doing the highlight videos that producing them is not really much work. So, like, it's adding something extra that some people seem to like for not a ton of extra work on my part, which is fine. My last subscriber survey, the highlight segments were very popular with the people that sub here on Twitch, so that's ultimately what matters.
These are our lands.
So the algorithm favors right-wing content because at its core, the YouTube algorithm just favors raw engagement, and right-wing content tends to be very angry, make people upset, want to watch more, and get more upset.
Carved from the savage cold.
That's so upsetting. Nah, that's just like basic late-stage capitalism. Hey, thanks for the sub gift, Weens. I appreciate it.
Amarosans, stand together. You're mine. Watch, learn.
What are the odds the Ash deck doesn't have... Good morning, dude. Thanks for the sub-gifties. Good afternoon? Almost afternoon, not quite. Yeah, this matchup seems real bad for us. Why not block with the spider? Because if they don't block the spider, I might kill them with Battle Fury. Or if they do block the spider, I might be able to Battle Fury. Might be able to Battle Fury and kill their thing. I'm gonna pass here because I'm expecting them to Harsh Winds or something.
Guide me.
So this isn't all bad. So this happens, and now I get to Battle Fury here, and then I get to Spinning Axe. Oh, I don't get to kill the Ash. I get to kill the Sejani though. This is probably still fine. You want me to kill the Assessor? Yeah, maybe that's right. Oh, we're dead. We're dead to open attacks, is the problem. Oh, we're not dead to open attacks, right?
Weakling.
I'm not dead yet. You came from the Bricky video? Sweet, so bum. Definitely think doing collabs like that is definitely helpful.
Smell that, Varg? Fear. Victory requires a sharp blade. Line up.
Well, they don't have Ash currently in play. Now, unfortunately, Darius has 3 toughness here, so he currently gets Brittle Steeled.
None shall oppose me.
Okay, you know, sometimes lucky, I guess. Their hand must have just been like a bunch of units, huh? That's very silly. Yeah, it must have just been a bunch of dorks, right? I feel like after playing that set, it is. Can we not play the 3rd Captain Fair on Precipic? Is this a card we just can't? Is it too many 8s? It's a lot of 8s, I guess. But like this one costs spell mana. I feel like that's gonna be, we would play it for about 90 minutes. That's gonna be the end of it. I feel like I would like to cut an Alpha Wild Claw and play a 3rd Captain Pharaon. I think would be the one thing I would want to change. Now I was kind of into the Battle Furies too. They were really good at punking people. Did Wolf Rider do anything? Fighter was fine. Like, it was also just like fine as like a 4/3 with Overwhelm in a couple of situations. I think that's what I would do. Like, 6 is pretty expensive as well. And the thing that's important to look at with things like Battle Fury is your curve can be kind of misleading with your Battle Furies, because Battle Fury can be a 5-drop under certain curve considerations. And yeah, like both of these are pieces of top end, and like this is like a fine extra Darius on certain boards, or like 5th copy of Darius, but like the games that this card wins, it wins so incredibly hard. And I think notably, this is probably the best card in our deck against Draven Ezreal, and that matchup is close or maybe a little bit hard. But I think the game that we played, the second game we played against Draven Ezreal, we didn't see either of these cards in the top chunk of our deck, and I think if we would have seen either of them, we probably would have been okay.